Hey everyone, my name is Gavin and I love horror. After months of waiting, the new Mortal Kombat movie is finally here. I was so excited when the red band trailer for this movie dropped a few months ago. If you want to see just how giddy I got, you can check out that video here. I was so excited for this movie because it looked like it's going to be violent, gory, and more in line with what we've come to expect from the game. I love the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie, but it wasn't as gory as a lot of people felt it should have been. But now that this new movie is out, did it live up to the hype? Was it a flawless victory? Or was it a fatality for our eyes? Let's get into it. Mortal Kombat 2021 opens up with a badass fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero that is one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long time. It opens up violent, it opens up bloody, it's everything you would come to expect for a movie about Mortal Kombat. It was very creative how they had Scorpion incorporate his spear, you got kids dying. It's just a whole bunch of Mortal Kombat effed upness that I think we can all appreciate. There's a great opening scene, and then the movie kind of goes downhill very quickly. Like the opening 10 minutes, if it had kept that momentum, A+ movie all the way. But unfortunately, it kind of starts to chug a little bit after this. After the Scorpion vs. Sub-Zero fight, we meet Cole, an MMA fighter who's entered the Chuck Liddell portion of his career, where he takes fights on an hour's notice, gets paid $200, and gets the shit kicked out of him. Cole is the main protagonist of this movie because he has a dragon marking on him, which means he's been selected for Mortal Kombat. Now in this movie, the dragon marking means that you're going to be in Mortal Kombat, and the only way to get a dragon marking is to kill someone who has a dragon marking, which kind of makes things a little mucky. Like, what if Cole gets hit by a car and is killed? Like, does the 16-year-old girl who is texting and driving then have to get trained for Mortal Kombat? What if Cole gets killed by a bear? Do we have to train a bear for Mortal Kombat? What is this, Tekken? My biggest issue with the movie, and one that I did not see coming, is that there's actually no Mortal Kombat tournament in the movie. There's no Mortal Kombat in a movie called Mortal Kombat. Instead, Shang Tsung has devised a plan to have Sub-Zero go and kill all the champions before the tournament so that they have to forfeit, which is a great plan. However, why aren't we always doing this? Why are we waiting to fight Liu Kang in the tournament when we can just have Mileena kill him in the grocery store? Eventually, Cole does get attacked by Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero makes his presence known by doing a bunch of insurance damage to cars by making it rain ice on them, and Cole and his family are rescued by Jax. And this is where my favorite part of the movie actually happens, because Jax gives Cole very specific instructions on how to train for Mortal Kombat. He needs to go meet Sonya Blade in Gary, Indiana. Now, I'm from Southern Indiana, and I have done stand-up comedy in Gary, and it was legitimately one of the worst shows I've ever had. Gary, Indiana is not great. I don't care if Earthrealm's fate is in jeopardy, I'm not going back to f***ing Gary. From there, we meet the cast of characters you'd come to expect. Sonya Blade, Kano, played amazingly by Josh Lawson, aka Tate the pharmacist from Superstore. That's a transformation. We also meet Liu Kang, Raiden, Kung Lao, you know, the good guys. The movie gets a little magic heavy in the middle where the combatants have to unlock their arcana, which is a fancy way of saying, we gotta rationalize giving them special moves. And the movie gets dragged down here trying to make them unlock their special moves. It's like, we already know what their special moves are. Just give it to them. Also, the arcana things that they unlock seem to be a little bit too convenient at times. Like, oh, Jax lost his arm, so his arcana is metal arms. How convenient. Okay. I know I'm having a lot of fun here with some of the stuff in this movie that does not make sense. But honestly, I did enjoy this movie. It's actually a lot of stupid fun. The fight choreography is great, and they did a lot of inventive stuff to incorporate regular martial arts with some of their special powers, which I thought was really cool. And everybody in this movie kind of felt like a real person, kind of. Kano was the standout character. He had the best lines. He felt like the most well-rounded character. Some people were just there, like Kung Lao is my favorite Mortal Kombat character, and he was just there to be hat guy, which is disappointing. But the movie was fun. It definitely had the gore, it definitely had the violence. I certainly didn't expect to see Kung Lao's buzzsaw fatality from Mortal Kombat 9 in a movie, but they did that. You had the violence, you had the gore, you had characters looking like characters, having the backstory. Like, I didn't expect to see Rico show up, because I forgot Rico was a character in Mortal Kombat, but he's there to get killed by Jax. I also appreciate the fact that they didn't feel the need to cram everything into one movie. They set some things up for sequels, which I can appreciate. Like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, they tried to put everybody in that movie. Some people only showed up for like one scene, like Nightwolf shows up to be like, that's my animality. And that was it. And then Nightwolf is gone. Like Nightwolf is teased in this movie, which I think is neat because I like Nightwolf, but seeing him set up for a future movie where he can shine, I think was a great idea. Also, you had characters like Katana, Johnny Cage missing. The ending of the movie movie actually sets up a sequel where they're gonna go find Johnny Cage, which I think is gonna be great. But overall, they didn't do too much too soon. They're like, we got like 4 movies lined up, so we're gonna just take our time and go about our business. So overall, I enjoyed this movie. I've watched it twice now. I didn't love it the first time, but when I could turn my brain off and watch it the second time, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not great. There's some dumb stuff with the dragon mark and whatnot, but I still got to see Mortal Kombat. Got to watch Scorpion fight Sub-Zero in a badass bloody fight. What more can you really ask for? Overall, I still think 1995 is probably a better adaptation straight from the games, but minus the gore. But 2021's Mortal Kombat is still a bloody good time. Yes, I hate myself for saying that too. But what do you think? Did you enjoy the new version of Mortal Kombat? Do you find some of the problems that I had? Do you want to go to Gary, Indiana? If you do, I'm going to tell you now, don't go. Do not go. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you like the new Mortal Kombat or if you're still a fan of the 1995 original. As always, feel free to like and subscribe to this channel. I greatly appreciate that. My channel is growing, so I think everybody who watches my videos leaves a comment. You are truly helping this channel grow, and I really, really appreciate you. Until next time, stay weird.